bring me when the day show me how the sun shines. Tell me about your heartache. Who could be so unkind? Do you dream to touch me? Smile way down deep inside. Or could you just kill me, baby? Yeah. Call to make up your mind sometime. My angel, my devil, and the thorn in my pride. My angel and the devil, baby, thorn in my pride. Yeah. Yes, it is. Wanting inspiration, yeah, you spill your secrets on me. You tell me with a whisper, ooh, of things that'll never be. Do you hear me breathing? Yeah, baby, does it make you just wanna scream? Ever like a bad dream? Yeah, sometimes you know this life is a scene. You know what I mean, baby? Angel, devil, and the thorn in my pride. My angel and the devil, and the thorn in my pride. Yeah, the angel and the devil, and I got them both in my pride. Yeah. Get my angel, get my devil, and the thorn in my pride. Dig it.
Good morning, my fellow travelers, and welcome to another installment of the Get Together. Is everybody ready for the Get Together? Want to thank you had just told me, Brian. This was really thoughtful. Jen and Dave noticed we were using styrofoam all the time, and pointed out how unhippie that was, and sent us this, which is fucking far out. What's going on? Oh, there's some domestic terrorism going on in the purple this morning. Oh. This has never happened yet.
Yeah, that's our record bot.
My man Colin built this place for us. Is that an Oregon Duck shirt? I'm looking pretty sly. We're getting off to a sort of a slow start this morning, but all right. I'm going to use this guitar. Okay, turn on the mics. Let's do it. Let's start the show. All right, I got a couple of themes too. No, I'm going to do it. Oh, wait. Hang on, everybody. How many songs have I done yet? It's hard to keep track in this jacket. I'll dedicate this show to Dave Swanson. If you know him, please tell him. There's a place up ahead and I'm going just as fast as my feet can fly. Come away if you're going. Leave a sinking ship behind. Coming on a rising wind. We're going up around the bend. Yeah, I said ring a song and a smile for the banjo. Better get wild, the getting's good. It's a ride to the end of the highway, where the neon turns to wood. We're coming on a rising wind. It's coming up around the bend. Yeah. Ponder perpetual motion. Fix your mind on a crystal day. Always time for good conversation. There's an ear here for what you say. They're coming on a rising wind. They're coming up around the bend. Yeah. Catch a ride to the end of the highway, and we'll meet by the big red tree. There's a place up ahead and I'm going. Come along with me. It's coming on the rising wind. We're coming up around the bend. Yeah. John Fogerty. Boy, if I had that to do over, I wouldn't have played the straight harp on it. But how you gonna like that? Now, today's theme is, or there's a few of them, but for starters, after I wanted to start with a Creedence Clearwater song, and that's for my family too, my brother, my sister, my mom. That's probably our collective favorite. a lot of good memories. My first memory is of listening to Creedence with my dad. But this other thing I was noticing this week, as I was on one of my walks, I was singing this song called Dollface. And I don't know what that means when you sing. Like, I have a bunch of songs, like, say, Stuck on the Corner, where the singer is like I've explained it a few times. I don't expect that you all heard it, but, you know, where the singer in that song is a rich executive, or the singer in Cape Henry is a soldier, you know. Almost I have all the other songs. The I is me, you know, in them, or with a thing that they're about happen. And this one, I'm not sure who's talking. I just know that it's not me, you know. When I first started it, it was about, I had heard that Alan Greenspan played the saxophone, and I thought, yeah, well, a lot of people are misunderstood, you know. Hydra Chalice. Then as I kept chipping away at it, my buddy Elvis was helping me with it, and we liked it, but we didn't know much of what it was about. And then I want to say in Philadelphia on the tour, in the magazine before the show, that's if you know that sometimes they'll put you in there and tell people you're playing. And on this one, they were talking about the new record, and they said this song was a robber talking to the guy he's robbing. So, and I thought, okay, that's what it's about. And I called Elvis and said, man, our song is about a guy robbing another guy. If I had a nickel for every dime you had, I have half your money. You talk about not half bad, more like 10 times as good. I don't know anyone that wouldn't want to walk around with more money if they could. But if you could just come off a little bit of it, you know, that would surely do me good. I'm in between jobs. Can you dig it? I knew that you could. Tell her, can you dig it? I was hoping that you would. There's only one way to win at a shell game. Be the one that gets the other guy to play. You think I'm not right, you might be right. I might have been born yesterday, but I was up all night. Yep. I might have come in here a little cross-eyed looking, but I'm walking out of here all right. I'll be wearing my dark sunglasses, 'cause the sun still shines as bright down on you when you're in between jobs. Yep. Can you dig it? I knew that you could. Ooh, can you dig it? I was hoping that you would. That's right, all right. Seen a $10 bill one time blowing up against this chain link fence. Been walking around outside looking down at fences ever since. It's the root of all evil. Yes, I would agree, and I suppose then that the blossom of it would be my kind of poverty. I know how mad I'm getting just thinking about how much more you've got than me, and I'm thinking, hey, what's keeping me from killing this guy and just taking his shit from him? Whoop. Can you dig it? Yep. I knew that you could. Yeah, can you dig it? I was hoping that you would. Ooh, can you dig Man, I was just thinking about, we were just talking about Neil Casal before we came on, and we were saying this, telling this story. Well, the girls really liked Neil a lot. He, is that better? Does this guitar sound okay too? Yeah? I can make sure I'm close enough. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. This is okay, I think. Well, like that's appropriate. Yeah? I don't know. We were just talking about how the band just had all met and we were all staying in this one hotel. We'd only known each other a day, and me and Dwayne are smoking the third J of our lives together, you know, out on the balcony, and Dwayne kind of walks to where he could see around the corner, and when he does, he looks back to me and says, "Man, there is a beautiful girl coming down the hall." And so I stick out my head to look like a teenager and almost walk into her, and then kind of don't have it together enough not to go like, "Yeah, no," you know. And then she laughed at us, and she kept walking down the hall, and then she went into Neil's room, and we thought, okay, so he's the leader, you know. Anyway, this song started off life as a I can't do it with this. This will be cool. Started life as a hardworking American song that we wrote together, and then I ended just taking the bones of it, the part that I brought to it, and putting it on the next record for some reason. Down on something to do. Oh yeah, fuck, you know what though, I forgot to tell you. Forget all that shit about Neil. And this isn't happening today. I think this thing is slightly in its own thing. But my point was to try to tell you all these songs. This one, I've told you before, but I came up with this one in a bar where I was looking at the first dollar they had framed like bars do. And I thought, it'd be cool. Maybe I could make I started thinking of all that dollar had probably been through, and then just all the dollar in general, all the things the dollar has been blamed for. They call it the root of all evil, you know. Who made it? You know, something worse. But anyway, you know, I was talking to my friend Daryl the other day, and we also figured out, not in addition to the alphabet being a mistake to begin with, the wheel mistake. Anyway, if you really think about it, so in this song, I'm not me, I'm a dollar that got framed on a wall. Hanging it round down on something to do street. I'm like a first dollar bill in the frame, or watching media coverage of some kid who can't make peace with fame. It must be tough, man. All that paparazzi and stuff, man. Who was serving my country under General Malaise. He said he wasn't making peace until it paid him a raise. He said that killing was paying like I don't know how. If peace paid, we'd have it made by now. We'd have it new and improved by now. If it made any money, ooh, I've been framed. I've been framed. I'm like that first dollar bill frame. I took a better job pouring fluoride in the water for the son of the Bilderberg's only daughter. I said, how do you know? She said, you know how you just know something in your gut that you just gotta trust. Well, it's nothing like that. We're just rich as all fuck is on. Frame, Lord, I've been framed. Yeah. I'm like a $1 bill. Lord, I've been framed. Set in the London Make Association library, framed for calling out them United States. All-time prison time, wartime economy. Now it all seems so far off the wall to me. I'm watching every other dollar in here making change but me. Ooh-wee, baby, I've been framed. Yeah, I've been framed. Yes, I have, baby. Oh, look at me. Look at me. I've been framed. And I could do that forever, just that. Or like, I could do that for 3 days, I bet. Just be like, I'm having a good time. All right, so now this one, check this one out. In this one, for those of you keeping score at home, a tree to start with. All right, fellas, let's see what we can do. Not far from here a long time ago. Spent years on that mountain before they even built this town below. I had a place on the ridge with a view for miles around until the day those men came up and dragged me into town. Oh, ooh, it was a shame what they did to me, man. Oh, ooh, Lord, it was a crying shame. It was a shame the way they treated me. Back in town, they beat me down so bad I didn't even recognize myself. Passed out, and when I awoke, I was something else. Couldn't even recognize myself. I was completely covered in useless information. Anyone looking could see I was stuck in the back of a truck with a rubber band stuck around what's left of me. Next thing you know, I'm thrown in a yard where I wait a while, and then this old man walks out and he picks me up and he walks me back in and he frees me from that rubber band, all right. But then when what seemed like a flash, he'd glanced me over once and then he threw me in the trash. Oh, ooh, it was a shame the way they treated me. Ooh, it was a crying shame. It was a shame the way they treated me, baby, baby, baby. Well, that's how I ended up on this landfill here lying around, waiting for this big old pile of garbage we're on to work its way back underground, where I hope to grow up big and tall again, maybe even right here on this very spot. That might seem like a pipe dream to you, but don't face, it's all I got. You see, man seems to think the world was made for him, and that might be true, but there is a crack in every sidewalk with grass breaking through. You know what I'm talking about, baby. Stick with me. Someday you're gonna have it made in the shade of a tree. That's right. Someday you're gonna have it made, baby. Ooh, 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 I like making up songs like that. From the where the narrator, some guy or something. That isn't me. If you can think of any themes too, man, just send them in. Cause I like trying to do it like this. This one is Beer Run. No, I don't. Beer Run. I'm the person singing Beer Run. But you know, my brother pointed something out the other day. He says, well, you know, like Beer Run. I know that's not a song people that come to see me like. You know, I know that. That's why I brag about it. That's why. Sometimes my brother said you should point out to people sometimes that you know that mostly I think the people that come to see my shows, like that's probably their least favorite one. There was a minute there where some frat guys, baseball hats, you know, but it didn't smell right in there for them. Okay, so moving along with our theme, Time Radio Hour. In this one, I'm a contestant on Judge Judy. And I came up with this in my hotel room on the road watching Judge Judy. And this guy kept saying that his baby's mother, which is a popular phrase for, you know, like you're the mother of your child. And he kept saying, my baby's mother's been incarcerated. And I hadn't heard baby's mother yet. And I loved that somehow his whole defense was collapsed because she was incarcerated. And so I just took it and I tried to make it rhyme. And I was in Dayton, Ohio, actually. It was that time, remember that time the lady called and said we were smoking weed and the cops came up and told us what a tool she was? Yeah, all right, so that was the same day I was watching this show and I said, my baby mother been incarcerated, otherwise she would have been here today to testify that every word I stated, while it may be complicated, it's the true in a way. You see this woman here today, I hardly even know her. Okay, maybe once or twice I might have given her a lift, but I didn't give me any money, Your Honor. Every penny that she gave me, she said was a gift. She said that it was a gift. Lord, she said it was a gift. My baby mother been incarcerated. She had some trouble with an interstate cop. Said he saw her driving by obliterated and was further frustrated by the way she wouldn't stop. So they called out all the other cops and had a high-speed chase. Chased my baby through the side of a tree. That's when I think they might have planted marijuana in a suitcase. A court-appointed lawyer told a cop a plea, yeah, so we copped a plea. Yeah, we copped a plea. My baby mother been incarcerated. I said, I never had a lot of luck with the ladies, Your Honor. I never had a lot of luck with much of anything. My baby mother wanna drive a Mercedes, Your Honor. My baby mother wanna wear a bunch of diamond rings. She know damn well I can't afford them things. My baby mother been incarcerated. I'm kinda glad if I could tell you the truth, but that don't have a whole lot here to do with this matter. You see this woman here today, she just don't have any proof. Okay, I don't know whose voice I could be there on her telephone recorder. Maybe brother or some other friend that's in on it too. Maybe the same old hand that came and helped forge my signature. That is not my signature. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth, motherfucker. I'm telling you the truth. My baby mother been incarcerated. I understand about the verdict and everything, Your Honor. You just doing your job. That's all right with me. Just one more thing my friends and my family, could you tell me when this particular episode is going to be on TV? I'm gonna be on TV, baby. Nobody suffers like poor people suffer. Nobody suffers like poor people suffer. Nobody suffer like poor people suffer. Nobody suffer like them poor people suffer. Now this one, this one I came up with. This took me years, and I remember. I don't even think this line. The first line was, "I know I won't. I know I can't live forever, but I'm not gonna die tonight." I don't think that even made it into the end of the song. But I was playing at a place called Newbies. No, it was next door to Newbies, Ryan's, and in those days you do sets. So I did a set, but my girlfriend was out of town. I had her car, and so I had some cigs in her car, and I went out during the break to get them. And as I went out, these two guys were standing kind of in the shadows, looking at me, and they were holding bandanas over their faces, and I was 24 or something. I said, "Hey, I don't know why I don't know. It was so fishy, and I just thought the best. And as soon as I passed them, I could feel them right behind me, following me. So I turned around, and as soon as I turned around, I could see the biggest one had a gun, and I thought, wow. And I said, I remember saying, and I shouldn't have said it, but I giggle a lot when I'm nervous. And I said to them, "This has got to be your first one," or something to the effect of, you didn't wear shoes then, and I've said this before, but every girl in the Ryans knew in 2 seconds that I didn't have any money, and these guys, they seemed like they hadn't done this a bunch, but it turns out they had, and they got caught a few days later, and I didn't go testify or anything. And for years, I worked on the song about the night I got mugged, and it never went anywhere. And then one day in East Nashville, I was sitting at home, and I started wondering, like what had been like their 2 hours before that all happened. Like what happens in the like the planning stages of something like that, And so I dreamed all this up, and in my mind, I'm. Well, actually, fuck, I fucked up. This says some guy said to some other guy. I'll play it anyway, but fuck. In my mind, I thought this was the narrator was one of the two guys, but I don't think it is. All right, but I still dig this one. Yeah, some guy said to some other guy behind closed doors, "Don't even know how long I've been awake anymore. But I know what we're out of, and you do too. Look around, we're down to nothing but me and you. We lost everything we sold, everything we had. It's not that bad, though it's not that bad. We'll be buying all our shit back when your cousin gets out. It's only gonna be a couple weeks from now. You know what I'm thinking, 'cause you're thinking it too. It was harder to imagine than it was to do. In spite of all of your worries, last night went okay. That man just threw his hands up and ran away. Did we get arrested? No, we did not. We didn't shoot anyone, we didn't get shot. We didn't hurt anyone, at least not a lot. And we got what we wanted, yep, yeah. We got what we wanted. You're right, I could kill someone, I don't fucking care. But that ain't the way it's going down tonight, I swear. We're just walking up to Highland Street behind the bar, in the back through the alley where they park the cars. It will go down just as easy as it did last night. We'll be back here in an hour, high and out of sight. Hey, did we get arrested? No, we did not. We didn't shoot anyone, we didn't get shot. Didn't hurt anyone, at least not a lot. And we got what we wanted. got what we wanted. Here, stand right here beside me, buddy. This is the place. Hey, hold this blue bandana up to cover your face. Yeah, it's loaded, but that's only for security. I ain't shooting anyone that isn't shooting at me. Shut up, I think I hear somebody coming, man. Shut up, shh. I said run, man, run, man, run. Oh Lord, I said run, man, run. Yeah, I've been playing this guitar all week. I can't quit it. This one, boy, this one reminds me, like, this one I write from the point of view of a guy that I see in a car in front of me in a drive-through window line, and he's angry at the guy and the thing, and I sing as if I'm this guy. You could tell just from what he had on that he was really rich. You could tell just from the way, like, when we go to hotels, if nice hotels, they always ask me if I'm a guest, you know, because I don't dress, well, like I said, with this, but I always get up, I'm like, why couldn't I stay here, you know? But thrift store clothes after 40 is tough. You don't look like you're in a band anymore. One time I was in this place called the Tenderloin. You know what that is? San Francisco. Let's not talk about what we were doing down there. But I was playing at the Fillmore that night, and I went into the Tenderloin looking for trouble, and I met these two girls who were professional, and they had some weed, or let's just say that. And so I'll go back to one of these girls. I go back to this apartment with these two girls, and no, we didn't get frisky or anything. It was more just hanging out and talking and getting high. And then when it was time to go, I opened the door, and no kidding, it was like, for sure, it was a bunch of, like, what you'd call Crips, you know what I mean? Or they decided to wear a million blue bandanas that day. Yeah, so I shut back the door, and I can't, you know, I was scared. And then I went out on the street and started walking about 4 blocks. And I remember, I was telling somebody this just the other thing, my brother, no one was hassling me, you know. I kept thinking, I don't want to get mugged. And then I was like, nobody's even looking twice at me. And then I looked down at everything I had on, and I thought, you know, when you're over 40, you don't look like you're in a band, you know. You look like you have $19 worth of clothes on. This is about $19 worth of clothes. So anyway, that was sort of humiliating to me, I thought, walking through the Tenderloin and no one even thinks to rob me. Anyway, fucking... Then I got down, kiss ass and handlement, vice president of human resources or something, and he stood up and made a speech about how we would all have to work even harder now. I thought harder now, fucking harder at what? I would give anything to get up and walk out of here, but I am stuck on the corner. Sanity and madness, looking them over. Can't see no difference. Big money out of paper out of tree. Lord, we're making so much money we can hardly breathe. You ought to hear the shit that I get from my daughter. She says that she can't stand the side of the car I bought her. Gonna ruin her life forever. She don't ride no ragtop. Her and her mother spend my money pretty much non-stop. They're trying to break us for the sake of this neighborhood. They want everybody up and down the street to think we're doing good. We're stuck on the corner. Sanity and madness. Oh Lord, I look at him over. can't see no difference. Money out of paper, paper out of tree. Lord, we're making so much money we can hardly breathe. I didn't even want to study economics. My parents made me cause they said it would be practical. I can't make my kid do a goddamn thing I tell him to. That kid's an unrepentant radical. He's as unimpressed by these plaques in my cubicle as I'm secretly impressed with his ability to look at everything so completely irresponsibly. I'm stuck on the corner of sanity and madness, looking him over. Lord, I can't see no difference. They're making money out of paper, making paper out of tree. We're making so much money we can hardly breathe. Look out now. Boy, if I had that harmonica on, I'd be blowing your fucking mind. Just picture it. Now I've got to call that little pecker Mr. Handelman. I drove home from work as mad as I'd ever been, and then I nearly jerked the kid out of a drive-through window. He said, will that be everything? I said, what would you know, kid? I'm about to buy my kid a ragtop. What are you driving, a bicycle, you little punk? Oh, stuck on the corner, sanity and madness. Oh yes, I'm looking him over. I can't see no difference. Making money out of paper, paper out of trees. Oh, we're making so much money we can hardly breathe. We're making so much money we can hardly breathe. Playing so much money we can hardly breathe. Man, he was jamming so hard he just played right out of his neckerchief wristlet. Neckerchief wristlet. How would you say it? All right, everybody. You sound terrific. Oh, we sound terrific. All right, just take it home, fellas. Oh, man. If we got uniforms and took this serious, dudes, I'm telling you, there's work around here. This jacket, I should say, Nikki Lane, I know you got to know who she is. She's a country singer and also has that place where you buy clothes. And I got this for not very much at all. It's about a week ago. And I found out from the nice girl, there's a singer working there, and she said that Nikki Lane is making a new record in Los Angeles. So you heard it here first. Dun, 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 dun. Kurt fucking Loaders of Americaners. Oh, you know what else I had written down here on the set list? I wanted to point out that your father, Bud, had gone full hippie during this thing. Yeah, you should see it. He's got a ponytail, and then you got him a tie-dye shirt for his Christmas. He's full on. He'll have these all over the place soon. It's turtles all the way down, bud. You know, okay, so this one had some truth to it because I ran into an old friend that I knew growing up, but she was a dancer at this point, and I was a folk singer, and the hotel that we would stay at sometimes would also be the lower, dough. So we were just together in a room laughing about how if we got arrested, they might accuse us of, what's the thing, if solicitation and prostitution. So it was like built on a kind of an inside joke. And then, but then Keith Sykes always used to say, try not to sing about being a singer if you can, you know. And I sing about being a singer a lot. But in this one, I thought, I want to make this guy a pool player. Because I just didn't want him to be another one where the guy's a singer and he's in town for the show. So I changed it a little bit. But I remember that night, that night that we were together, seeing the Coke machine across the parking lot, and just remember, just having this memory of it, like I just remember thinking, I'm gonna say that. You know? Let me make sure. The Coke machine glowing through a parking lot. You call that a wrong view. Was the best line of pool that I ever shot, and I made a lot of money too. I was looking for some company in the weekly scene. I seen this ad that just had to be you. I hadn't seen you since New Orleans. I never did figure out where you run off to. I know I looked bad the last time you saw, but lately I'm doing all right. I won a tournament last week in Oklahoma City. Hustled half of this town tonight. I got some cocaine if you want some. It's the best I could find. Here we could just sit here and talk all night. If that big old guy out in your car don't mind, like a old time. Gonna screw off a top on a bottle of wine, living out our own kind of American dream, like old time. Your goal was always the same as mine. You didn't want to throw your fishing line in that old mainstream. No, I ain't expecting nobody but you. I don't know who that could be at the door, but I'm pretty sure that you got a clue, and I'll bet you've been to this hotel before. Put the you-know-what in the bathroom, but don't flush it down just yet. Put your pager in my suitcase, I'll get the window. You light a cigarette, gonna be like old time. Just like them old times. We're living out our own kind of American dream, like old time. Your goal was always the same as mine. You didn't want to throw your fishing line in that old mainstream. No, sir, officer, you don't understand. We're just two old friends drinking wine. I'm sure she is, but that ain't all she is. And she's also an old friend of mine. I've got her high school picture right here in my wallet. It's from 1982. No, sir, officer, no offense taken. You have a good night, too. Well, it's a good thing we didn't throw this away. Baby, turn up that radio. Well, I'm pretty sure that cop knew what we were up to. I guess he just decided to let us go. Oh, don't make such a big thing about the picture. No, that was just something I kept. Hey, don't get all sentimental on me now, babe. You haven't even told me your new name yet, like old time. Screw off a top on a bottle of wine. We're living out our own kind of American dream, like old time. Your goal was always the same as mine. You didn't want to throw your fishing line in that old mainstream, and you didn't. Ooh, baby. Yeah, I like that one. I really like this thing too. Let me trade you these.
Okay.
My buddy Brian makes everything. He's in charge of everything, really, that we do mostly. I mean, my manager is a guy, Bertstein, man. He's like a father to me. He's been my manager for fucking as long as I can remember. And Brian and Chad Staley, who from the Hardworking Americans, they all three really helped put this new record that we made together. Hope you guys like it. Okay, so this one, I'm a soldier in Civil War, you know, on a ship. Yeah. Well, I served as a sailor. It was back in '81. I can't say I'm sorry. I volunteered for what I'd done. We trained and we waited long. We would not be outdone. And then one day, 6 battleships come out of the rising sun. So we all manned our stations. Yeah, we grabbed a jug of wine. We were waiting with patience, waiting for a sign. First thunder, and then lightning, and then ringing in my ear. Well, I can still hear that screaming even after all these years. Cape Henry was a battlefield on fire, on water, white water, with them flames climbing higher. We fired our cannon at least 2 hours more. Cape Henry, off that old Virginia shore. Our deck was in tatters, that smoke was thick and black. For each shot they fired, we fired 2 right back. And then I felt my shoulder, and then something knocked me down. The last thing that I remember was that water all around. So I woke up in Richmond, I had a medal on my chest. I can't say I earned it, but I know I did my best. We did lose that battle, but I heard we'd won the war. So I headed back home and I awaited my reward. Cape Henry was a battlefield on fire, on water, white water, with them flames climbing higher. We fired our cannon at least 2 hours more. Cape Henry, off that old Virginia shore. I plow this man field now from morning until night. That war took my left arm, so I'm just working with my right. I guess I fought for the freedom of some richer men up north. Well, I still fight for something, 'cause this plow going back and forth. Cape Henry, it was a battlefield on fire, on water, white water, with them flames climbing higher. Fire our cannon at least 2 hours more. Cape Henry, off of that old Virginia shore. Oh, Virginia shore, that old Virginia. The old Cape Henry, mighty good times. Me and my friend Will Kimbrough came up with that song. I was gonna made a point, man, before all this nonsense, well, not nonsense, but before all this started and we all had to stay home, we were gonna go do a tour with Jamie Lynn from Texas. And have you guys heard that girl? She's really, really great. She was in a group called the Trishas, and I was really looking forward to doing those shows with her. And so as far as I know, that's what we're gonna do, and we're just gonna go do the tour that got canceled. Someday we will come out and we will play all them songs again. So let's see. This is from the I guess you'd say the point of view of a guy working on a construction crew. And I'm sitting in the car listening to this conversation with my dad, really, and he's talking, and this guy's saying this to my dad, who was he was a guy who had a job driving around construction sites and checking, you know, on them. You can't talk to me like that, boss. I don't care who you are. If you don't wanna have to hang your own drywall, don't push me too far. Boomtown work ain't hard to come by. Boomtown workers are. You might be the one that running this show, but that doesn't mean you're in charge. I was looking for a job when I found this one. Don't need this working like you need this work done. You looking like you're under pressure. I was looking for a job when I met you. Yeah, stand on it. I'm sharing a room with two guys over at the Motel 6, boss. I send every dime I make here home to my ex-wife. I just did 2 years and 28 days. With a little bit of aim, I've been in there for my life. So you see, broke won't take much getting used to. Neither will no barbed wire jailhouse wall. Watch what you say to someone with nothing. It's almost like having it all. I was looking for a job when I found this one. Don't need this working like you need this work done. You looking like you're under pressure. I was looking for a job when I met you. Remember, boss? Remember? Oh, look out. Who plays banjo better than me? To get us a job like your job, chief. You know, one of them jobs where I just drive around all day and check up on guys like me. Yelling from the window of my pickup truck with my AC cranked up and my clothes all nice and clean. That sound like that might be alright. That might be alright. On the other hand, though, I was looking for a job when I found this one. Don't need this working like you need this work done. You looking like you're under pressure. I was looking for a job when I met you. That was given to me by Crowder. There's a band called Crowder. If you check that guy out, if we ever get back on the road again, I'm gonna bring that and play it. I don't play it like a banjo though. I play it like more like I don't think it's a ukulele either. More like I don't know how to do that thing. This song. Man, this is the oldest memory I have is my family from Oregon, and my dad and mom were really young, and we rented a cabin up there in the mountains. And we had, in this late 60s, I guess, there was an Indian tribe real close to it, I remember. And I remember we roasted marshmallows. It's like a really vivid memory to me. And at a certain point, like I said, my first memory that I had, they asked me that once in one of those rehab places, and it was being in a car with my dad, now I know he was getting beer. He smoked, and so he had a cig going. He had burns like Elvis. He had his hair like Elvis, and he had the glasses with the holes in the side, just like Elvis. And he had a beer, and he said I could go with him. Come on, we're gonna go for a drive. And then my dad, we were driving, right? And he puts in an 8-track and he cranks it up and goes, you know what rock and roll is, son? And no. And he kept turning it up. In the first 10 seconds of this song, it's just feedback. With a little shaker going in. And he's turning that up loud, and he's like, this is it, you know. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And as it's going, he starts going faster. And then the guitar part goes. There. And as that came in, he was saying, this is rock and roll. We kept turning up louder and driving faster. And eventually the singer came on and he said, thought it was a nightmare. Lord, it's all so true. They told me don't go walking slow. The devil on the loose. Let it run through the jungle. Let it run through the jungle. Let it run through the jungle. Oh, don't look back to see. I heard a rumbling, calling to my name. 200 million guns are loaded. Satan cries, take aim. Let it run through the jungle. Let it run through the jungle. Let it run through the jungle. Oh, don't look back to see. Music makes me think of Oregon. He's in Northern California, very similar. I want to do that again. I'll watch this time. Tipping back down the cool water flow, yeah. Let me remember things that I love. Stopping along the river, running by. Walking along the river road at night. Barefoot girl dancing in the moonlight. I can hear the bullfrog calling me, yeah. I wonder if my rope's still hanging from the tree. to kick my feet way down the shallow water. Shoot, fly, dragonfly, get back to Mother. And if you get lost, well, come on the Green River. Yeah. Up at Cody Camp, Lord, I spend my day long with flat car riders and cross tie walkers. Old Cody Jr. took me over. He said you're gonna find the world is bolder. If you get lost, well, come on back to Green River. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna play some Creedence Clearwater. I'm gonna play another one anyway. Can I play on the piano?
Yeah.
I don't know if I totally know the words, but
You can look back at the thing.
oh, okay. Yeah, I woke up this morning and I was listening to Creedence Clearwater. There is a record called it's their Woodstock set. I don't know how long it's been out, but man, I just got into it yesterday and just love it. Let me see if I can do this right. I might have to look back at the background singers. Well, just about a year ago, I set out on the road, seeking my fame and fortune, or looking for a pot of gold. Things got bad and things got worse. I guess you know the tune. Oh Lord, stuck in Lodi again. Well, the man from the magazine, he said I was on my way. Somehow I lost connection. I ran out of songs to play. I came into town a one-night stand. It looks like my plans fell through. Oh Lord, I'm stuck in Lodi again. If I had $1 for every song I sung, every night I had to play while people sat there drunk. Ran out of fame and money. Looks like I took my friend. Oh Lord, stuck in Lodi again. Oh Lord, stuck in Lodi again. I said, oh Lord, I'm stuck in Lodi again. Boy, nothing makes me think of Oregon more than Creedence Clearwater. That's what it looks like out there, that sound of that music. And this, what's the first line to, I was gonna do the one about Rose City. Ah, fuck. We wrote our names in the tunnel back when Coos Bay was as far away as we'd ever been. Pine trees climbing up winding hill, fishing boats and paper mill. Multnomah County's where I come from. It's the hometown of the Burnside Bum. Rain clouds hanging down so low and gray. God knows how I wish it would rain today. But tonight I've got those old Rose City blues. Tonight I've got those old Rose City blues. Tonight I'm driving through some other town. I got the radio on, got the windows down. Old song comes on from a long time ago. I think, how on earth did that DJ know? Tonight I've got those old Rose City blues. Tonight I've got those old Rose City blues. Rain, rain, rain. Pouring rain doesn't bother me, baby. We wrote our names up in that tunnel back then, and then last night I went down there and I did it again. One sip too many from that old loving cup. I guess Rose City people never do grow up. Nope, nope, nope. Tonight I've got the old Rose City blues. Tonight I've got those old Rose City blues. Rip City. I mean, they call that place Rip City now, but that's from the 70s when that's what the announcer for the basketball games would yell when they'd make a swish. Swish, swish, bitch. I'm gonna leave you with this song today. I was wanting to, in addition to playing those songs that where I wasn't the singer, I was feeling very Oregony today. It's raining here, and I promised my friend Mara. This song was written by a guy named Daryl Adams, who's the only I like look up as much as about folk as I can, and the only real folk singer from Portland, Oregon that I know of is Daryl Adams, and his records aren't in print, but they're on YouTube. And his story is he lived in a cave and played the banjo around Portland. And then at some point, he went down south to California where he met Ramblin' Jack Elliott, and the two of them went to Europe together and sang around there. Mick Jagger talks about seeing them busk there. I remember Ramblin' Jack talking about how music changed after Elvis came out, like he had records out before Elvis. Weird, but him and Daryl. They toured around Europe and busked around Europe, and then Ramblin' Jack went home, and Daryl stayed. And oddly, Ramblin' Jack went back to Brooklyn, and where Bob Dylan had just showed up and was sort of the second person to be obsessed with Woody Guthrie after Ramblin' Jack. And so Ramblin' Jack met this young Bob Dylan and became a bigger brother to him, I think. There's a story about when Bob Dylan finds out Ramblin' Jack Elliott's name is also made up, where they say there's this overwhelming sense of relief, some of his friends. I probably know too much about Dylan. Anyway, his But here's what I thought was cool was, so Ramblin' Jack came home and mentored Bob Dylan, and Daryl Adams stayed in Europe, and eventually he met this young kid named Donovan, who was very much the troubadour of Europe, and he mentored that kid. And then when you see the movie where Bob Dylan is in the black and white movie, and Donovan comes up to meet him, the guy he's with is Daryl Adams from Portland, Oregon. And that's really, I mean, you could see if you watch that movie, you can tell Bob has a lot of respect for him. He passed away, I think, in 2009. And this is one of my favorite songs. I just heard it a couple of years ago, and I want to sing it for you now. This is, but mostly for my fellow rain babies out in Oregon. Check out this song this guy wrote about our place. This is like from the 60s. Across the Atlantic Ocean, the boats were made of wood. They landed on the eastern shore and found the land was good. Most of them settled down. The others pushed across the Appalachians through the wilderness. Some on wagons, some on foot, and horses for the rest. Yes, some got left behind. Others pushed across the Mississippi, about a mile wide, to face the Great Plains, thirst and hunger. Many men had died, yes, some got left behind. The others pushed across the Rocky Mountains, salt flats of Utah, the wastelands of Nevada, and the high Sierra. Saw that some got left behind. And others pushed on into California, those men that knew no rest. The great Pacific Ocean stopped their restless movement west. Yes, most of them settled down. Others turned around. Some turned to the Southland, down to Mexico. But the people of whose blood I am, well, they said they would go and settle Oregon. The people I come from, they settled Oregon. The people I come from. Y'all, thank you for tuning in again and giving me a chance to sing to you. I really enjoy it, and I appreciate you giving me a chance to do it. We'll tune in next week, and we'll have some more fun. What else? Anything I'm leaving out? Oh, yeah, we got what? Seacrest out. Are we in? Are we on the air? This is like that show with Mary Tyler Moore with just massive amounts of weed. And check this out. We also added the Chachi Arcola Memorial leglet out of my fallen wristlet that I played right out of. I don't think I ever saw Steve Earle play out of his wristlet like that. You just gotta want it, Steve. You have to want it. All right, let's see. Check this out. Keep on chugling. Keep on chugling. Keep on chugling, chugling, chugling. Keep on chugling, chugling. Here come Harry, here come Larry. He gon' chugle tonight. Here come Sally, here come Joy. They gon' chugle tonight. If you wanna ball and have a good time, well, that's what I call chugling. I always loved this song. As soon as I heard this guy telling me to keep on chugling, and I didn't know what he was telling me to do, you know. But it sounded cool. I'll chugle if that's what it is. But then he says what it is. Here come Larry, here come there. You gon' chugle tonight. And he says, it said, if you gonna chugle tonight. If you like to ball and have a good time, that's what I call chugling. I love balling and having a good time. Balling changes as the years go by. It didn't used to mean, like rolling high. It used to mean, getting it on. Getting it on. Let's get it on. Well, I'll tell you, I've really, we talk about this all the time, so just thank you for tuning in again. These have been so fun. Fare you well, money. Fare you. Wait. Oh no. Yeah. Is this it? Oh yeah. Fare you well, money. Fare you well, my only true one. All the birds that were singing have flown, except you alone. I'm gonna leave this broke down palace on my hands and my knees. I will roll. Make myself a bed by the waterside. In my time, I will roll. In a bed by the waterside, I will lay my head. Listen to the river sing sweet songs to rock my soul. The river gonna take me, sing me, sweet and sleepy, sing me, sweet and sleepy, all my way back home. It's a far gone lullaby sung many years ago. Mama, mama, many worlds I've come since I first left home. Going home, going home. By the waterside I'll rest my bone. I'll listen to the river sing sweet songs and rock my soul. I'm gonna plant a weeping willow on the bank's green edge, and it will grow, grow. Sing a lullaby beside the waterside. Lovers come and go. The river just roll, roll. Fare you well, fare you well. I love you more than words can tell. Listen to the river sing sweet songs and rock my soul. Listen to the river sing sweet songs, it'll rock my soul. Y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week.